Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. You are welcome back to Favorite News TV. On this channel, we talk about news and politics, and we talk about every other thing that are going on in Nigeria. Yes, and sometimes we react to our videos. And please, if you like what you are seeing, share the video, give us a thumbs up, and leave your comments on the comment section. We like to see your feedback. If there's any other thing you would like us to amend on this channel, please do wait to leave it on the comment section. We love taking correction. Yes, we are going to be watching this video together as we normally do it on this channel. But if today is your first time coming across this channel, please do wait to press that subscribe button. When you do subscribe, don't forget to press that notification bell as well, so that you will be notified anytime we post a new video like this. Thanks to all my returning subscribers. I love you guys. To my new subscribers, I officially welcome you to Favorite News TV. So let's dip into the video. Let's watch the video.
Hello, wonderful people of Biafra. There is a peculiar question that is beckoning for a Herculean task ahead. I want to ask you, how do we free Nnamdi Kanu? Were you in court yesterday to witness the court proceedings of Nnamdi Kanu yesterday? And how do we get him to be freed? How do we get Nnamdi Kanu to be freed again? It is in your hands. It is your duty. It is your obligation to get Nnamdi Kanu freed. Do not rely on the international politics or international world superpowers to come and free Nnamdi Kanu for you. Because what Nnamdi Kanu stand for is against their interest. What Nnamdi Kanu stand for, they cannot support it until we make them to lose the focus, to lose that thing that they are getting. Then they will begin to see reason with us, until we make them see a reason that we are make ourselves the only option of their allies. Otherwise, nothing will function. Then they will begin to see us and they will begin to work with us. Right now, they see Nnamdi Kanu as a man that stands against their interest. So therefore, it is in your hand to free Nnamdi Kanu. If you were not in the court yesterday, you have no moral right or moral justification to blame anyone whatsoever for whatever reason. Look, my people, we are in this freedom fighting to free ourselves. The only thing that made you to think that some people owe you, my brother, thank you so much, Chuku Dumeme Kenneth. So the only reason why you think that people owe you that leadership, people owe you to get you freedom, is because we have a collective interest. But this as an individual and personal interest. We only united our front as people who want freedom together. Then we are working in unity towards freedom. We will have leadership who are steering this struggle, because there are things you don't know that they know, and there are things you know that they don't know. So when you want to give them an advice, you give the advice through the wrong means or with wrong words. Then you kill that your advice even before it comes. Because be careful, because there are some kind of words you use that you think it's an advice, but it is mockery, it is degrading. And those who are leading you, they want freedom as much as you want freedom. Don't make yourself to think that they don't want freedom, only you want freedom. So therefore, you think you have the right to insult them. Those people that are leading you are the ones that realize that they want freedom, and they took the bull by the horn. Instead of you to follow them, instead of you to follow up and also begin to fight for your own freedom, to contribute for your own freedom, you left it. You want to blame it on your leaders. You want to put every blame and your failure to be in a free country on those who are leading you. That is not the right way to go. And I am here to reshape your mindset for you to understand that if you said that the DOS have failed, if you believe that the DOS are no longer in power to lead you, that they no longer have the capacity to lead you into freedom, that they are not your leader, that they are compromised, bear in mind that you also don't have the right to tell them that they are not leading right or that they are not doing this. Because if you say something is sweet, you tell us what is sweet like. You said that they are no longer your leader. Okay, then go and get us the Biafra or form your own group. Declare the Biafra in your own community first. Then we will join you. We will defend you. If you are winning, then we will join you to defend in our own communities as well. Because if you say that I am the place where I am from Omambala, and you are from a Ebonyi state, you say that I'm compromised. If I'm compromised, it should affect the people in Anambra now, not in Ebonyi state. You that is not compromised, declare your community that is in Ebonyi state, declare it independent, so that you can go there, so that people can emulate you to declare our own state independent as well. Let me tell you, you did not go to you that want Nnamdi Kanu out so much, but yesterday we could not see you in the court. Yesterday, you were nowhere to be found around the court premises because you want to mask your own cowardice and, docility. You want to mask it under the guise of, oh, they are not doing anything. Come out and do something. Nobody is stopping you from doing anything in our land. There are so many people that have taken it upon themselves to do something tangible, to change the status quo. You can do it. You don't need to lead us. You don't need to convince us. Let your actions speak louder than voice. Only thing we are doing on social media now is making noise. As you can see that the social media talk cannot get us freedom. Social media, what we use social media to do in the past was to create sensitization and, public awakening. To create awareness. That was what we did on social media. Social media is not the place where we talk about how we are going to get our freedom. Because if you talk about how you are going to get your freedom on social media, then your enemies will ambush you, will cut you off and ambush you. How many Facebook accounts does Boko Haram have? Are they not doing their job? So why will someone condition you to tell that the only things you see on social media are all that there is? But when the person wants to do to live their personal private lives, they can never show it to you on social media. Look, let me tell you, the only things you see on social media are the things that, that is warranted, that can energize you, that can give you the sense of reason, sense of awakening. It is called consciousness, to create awareness. That is what we do on social media. We don't lead Biafrans through social media. But some people want to condition you to make you believe that the leadership of IPOB is on social media. No. The leadership of IPOB is not on social media. That is the mistake that some mischief makers want you to make and believe in. Social media, we use social media to create awareness, to expose and tell the whole world what we are facing in the zoo. Social media is not where we contribute minds. We bring minds together to negotiate and decide of how to go about getting our freedom. No, that one is a tactical strategy that we cannot discuss to you and disclose on social media. Even if I discuss to you how we are going to get Biafra, if you see me, you should spit in my face because I'm stupid. But that is how some people are consciously conditioning you to believe that the only things IPOB leadership is doing are the things that you can see on social media. Even some of you should respect the leadership of IPOB for not being they don't speak. As you are in doubt now, as you are unaware of what is going on now, that is also how our enemies are unaware. If they tell you what we are going to do next, you come on social media and broadcast it, our enemies will be prepared for what they have to do next. When the zoo planned of how to use Nnamdi Kanu case to focus to keep your face in Abuja, why they come to our land and bombard, raiding our places, killing our innocent people in our villages. When they made that plan, were you there? You weren't there. Did they make it to the social media? No, they did not make that decision on social media. But some people would want to condition you into believing that only the things that we have to do are the things we discuss on social media. No. We are only using social media to create awareness. And we have created enough awareness. If you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be freed, please come back, form your own group, do something different. Many of you that are on social media making noise on social media today, you could not even make it to Abuja. You couldn't even head to Abuja. Only ordinary simple to come to Abuja, you could not come. But we want others. You see others as superhuman beings. Let them become superheroes to go and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you, because you are a maremeta. If they take you up, you say no. They bring you down. You say no. All of you now are claiming to be IPOB members. When this war break out now, all of you will detach yourself that you are not IPOB. That it is IPOB that bring this war to you. Oh, IPOB, we never wanted you. Or you will start changing. We are seeing you to gossip now about this one, because we have not moved to the next phase. When we move to the next phase, you will also manufacture another strategy of your blackmail and lies, because it is in the brain of our people to always condemn what they don't understand. Do you know that people who don't know what the DOS is and who they are the ones coming on social media to blackmail people to talk against what we are doing? But the same person that is talking against what we are doing have not been able to see the media publicity secretary of Boko Haram. You don't know the leaders of Boko Haram. You don't know their strategists. You never see Boko Haram fighters come on social media to talk against their leaders. You don't know that Boko Haram have leadership. How many times have they come on social media to talk rubbish about their leadership? Instead, what you see on social media is the result of what they discussed in the Tana. When the Boko Haram were recruiting people from Al-Shabaab, from across the Sahel, how many of them did you see on social media during the time and after that time? But an idiot will come to tell you, because he wants you to believe that he is might. He will tell you, oh, we are just coming back from Israel. Who told you that? Anybody that tells you that is a fool. You are coming back from Israel. When Boko Haram came back from all the countries they came, how many times did they come out to tell you where they come from? I want our people to reason, to understand that what we want is the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tell us what we can do to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you could not come to court yesterday, all of you who are looking for who to blame, if you could not come to court yesterday to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as you want others to do, then don't blame others, because that your failure is also their own. What you have to do next is tell us, what can we do to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? That is the challenge we face with now. Please form your own group. Don't blame the DOS. You have condemned them. They are compromised. They are this. Yes, we agree with you. Form your own group. Go and do that thing that they are not doing. Do that thing. Take the lead, because you said that they are no longer leading you. So take your lead and lead yourself into that your freedom, because the same freedom you want is also what they want. So don't blame your own failure on another person. Don't push the blame to others, because they are leaders, and people are conditioning your mind to make you to stop contributing money to ESN so that we can be able to do what we have to do. At the same time, you are praising the same person, not knowing that the person is only fighting against you. All they need to do is just to disguise like that, and then you will believe them, and then you fight against what we are fighting for, because you are not mentally tough enough to understand that this is a war that we are in. Anybody who is telling you that, oh, this person that is controlling ESN is corrupt, their aim is to get you to stop contributing to ESN so that the activities of ESN will be stopped. Let me tell you, that is the game. And when ESN, all those people that are telling you, ESN, this person is corrupt, that person is corrupt, ask them, are they the ones in charge of ESN? If you stop contributing that money, how will you that love ESN so much, how will you get money to the ESN? How will you get the activities of ESN to be functioning, to be going on? No other means. But they will condition you to hate those who are the ones in charge of ESN, and then cut you off from supporting ESN indirectly. That is the tactics that they are using here. For the first time, look at what someone is saying. PM Magnus, why did you people and DOS stop the sit at home for the first time? Well, first of all, what you have to ask yourself, my brother Magnus, I know that you are uneducatable, but I have to educate you. Who called for the seat at home? That is the question first. The first question is, who called for the seat at home? It is the DOS that called for seat at home. Then Nnamdi Kanu said, stop it. Because you cannot shave a man's beard in his absence. Now the DOS called for another seat at home. Nnamdi Kanu said, stop it. You don't know why. He is the leader of this movement. But many of you that are cajoling the DOS does not know that they cannot do anything without Nnamdi Kanu. They want to run faster than Nnamdi Kanu to free Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu told them, stop it. Where will Nnamdi Kanu stay to get you Biafra? The Biafra you want. Where will he stay to get it? It is in the zoo. Something needs to happen. You pressure these people so much, they free Nnamdi Kanu without Biafra. How will you get your freedom? Use your common sense. Nnamdi Kanu knows what he's doing. And in that place he is, he can be able to coordinate what we are going to do in our land to get Biafra. But staying at home can only pressure the zoo to get to do things that are not going to give us the desired result. The Nnamdi Kanu you know would have chosen Biafra over his life. You know that too. But your emotion for the love you have for Nnamdi Kanu is what will make you to do something that will get us the Biafra. In it, coupled with the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. So when they tell you to suspend it, you suspend it because you don't know what they are cooking. You see that what we are fighting now is how to make the zoo lose allies. But many of you cannot understand it. Even though that none of us is enjoying the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is there. But the Nnamdi Kanu you are fighting for is the one that is telling you, do this, don't do this. He knows why. All these things that are happening today is making the zoo to lose allies. And when they lose allies, it means that we can be able to defeat them. Because it was that allies that they had in 1967 to 1970 that made us to defeat us. So when he tells you, do this, don't do this, see reason with him because he is the leader. He knows those who are contacting him in the secret. If Lai Mohammed did not tell you that they met Nnamdi Kanu, would you have known? If Chris Ngige told you that they met with Nnamdi Kanu, would you have known? Listen, they have defeated themselves in the legal proceedings. So Nnamdi Kanu have the right to order us to do anything in our land today. And the whole world will still have sympathy for Nnamdi Kanu. Because they know that he is innocent. So when the man you are fighting for is looking for a way to secure his own victory and the victory of our freedom, what is Nnamdi Kanu doing? What was he doing before he was arrested? He was fighting for the freedom of Biafra. And now his arrest is also a notch further to restoring Biafra. And now that he is there, he knows what to do to get us the Biafra. He knows how to do it. You don't know it. He knows. But some people will condition you to make you to walk without the concept of Nnamdi Kanu. Without Nnamdi Kanu says so. That means you are reducing Nnamdi Kanu to become absolutely a nobody in this freedom fighting. Then his opinion will no longer matter. And then his knowledge, his intellect, his wisdom, the Nnamdi Kanu you know that have so much wisdom, his wisdom will no longer profit us in this fighting. That is the common sense that many of you don't have. And I am here to untangle it. Don't blame anybody for what is going on. Blame the zoo. The zoo, everything is on the zoo. Somehow the zoo have succeeded. After is it a coincidence that Lai Mohammed told you that he want to recruit some people with some amount of money to fight IPOB on the social media, and today it is happening, and you cannot be able to ask yourself, could it be that Lai Mohammed has won? All of you blaming the leadership of IPOB without any tangible reason from your end. It means that Lai Mohammed has defeated you, because Lai Mohammed told you last week where their focus is, and that thing that he told you last week is happening today, and you cannot ask yourself, could it be that Lai Mohammed has won? It means that Lai Mohammed has won. And you bashing on the DOS is the reason why they are keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the dungeon. Because if we are in one synergy, there is nothing that strikes fear in the heart of Fulani Janjaweed than that unity we had. Then anybody fomenting trouble on social media is the one that you should see as an enemy, and you have a solution for them, block them, unfollow them. Because what we are doing in this freedom fighting is we are robbing minds. And I'm telling you, we are here on social media only to, sensitize the public, to tell the whole world what we are facing and why we are doing what we are doing on ground. We are not here to tell you how we are going to lead, what we are going to do next on social media. But some people want to condition you that it is only the things you know on social media, you have read on social media, is all that there is we are doing on social media, on Biafra Restoration. And I ask you, the Boko Haram that are fighting, killing people, the arms they buy, the things they don't you know that they have leadership? Don't you know that they have followers? How many of them have you seen on social media complain of something? Do you know that they get killed? How many of them have you seen complain on social media? Instead, you see their actions. The only time you know the activities of Boko Haram is going on is when they carry out action. But all of you want to believe that it is only something you see on social media that exists. We are doing more than what you can see on social media. And it is not everything that they will reveal to you. If they reveal everything to you now, you will be the one to tell. Why will you tell us this now in the public? There was a video I made last time that was too revealing. And many of you, there were so many of you telling us, oh, why will you reveal this type of a thing? If they don't tell you, we still use the same thing against what we are doing. Please, my people, let us support each other. Let us support, yes, my brother Ugo Chinyere. We have to support this movement because this movement is the only leadership we have. If we start fighting against it, and I ask you now, how can we free Nnamdi Kanu from the DSS dungeon? You don't know it. But the people who are doing something that is making the zoo to get afraid, the people that brought that idea that make you give you sense of belonging now, you asking me now, why did we cancel sit at home? The people that canceled the sit at home were the people that brought out the initiative, the idea, the ingenuity that sit at home will go a long way. And you don't think that they don't have a better one that will even be, better than sit at home, that will even hit the zoo more than the sit at home. What if they are cooking up something that is more better and you are here bashing them? The sit at home initiative never occurred to you when Nnamdi Kanu was rendition to the zoo. But all of you want Nnamdi Kanu out. But it never occurred to you that if all of us sit at home, it will propel the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. It will push the zoo to release Nnamdi Kanu. It never occurred to you. But the people that brought out the initiative that you support so much, you no longer want to give them support to bring another one that will even be more better. Because it is stage by stage. Now we have carried our people along. Now people knows what we're doing. So then we are preparing them for, in case of any time when there is a conveniency in what we are going to do next, they will endure it. We are preparing you. That was what Nnamdi Kanu did in this freedom fighting. He prepared our mind to be mentally tough enough to sustain a war. It is not, one thing is not about rushing into war. It is about you sustaining that war in your mindset, in your mentality. Because that was what happened when they were telling Ojukwu, when they started killing all of us. They started surrendering. The same people that said they want war, they started surrendering. And to an extent, there are some still Igbo elders that still blame Ojukwu for the war. You see? They forgot that they were the ones that told him to bring the war to us. That we rather fight and die. So, yes, my brother, thank you so much, Kevin Oge. And all these things are the things that you need to know. First of all, you have to be mentally tough enough. If all those people now who are complaining because Nnamdi Kanu court case was adjourned, imagine if Umuahia is lost, or if Anambra State is lost to the Nigerian troops, what will be their reaction? I want you to understand that those who are angry today because Nnamdi Kanu court case, they could not control their emotions. Compare their emotion when Umuahia is lost or Anambra is lost to the Nigerian troops when we are in a war. Imagine what they will say next. Because you are judging them, you are supporting them now because they are condemning the common one you see. What about the bigger one happens? Do you know what they will do? They will rebel against us. They will say that we have come to kill them. That IPOB have come to kill Igbo people. Oh, we are killing ourselves. We are the cause of this problem. Instead of them to blame the zoo for coming to kill you, just for telling them to do the right thing. The same thing that when they ask for it, it will be given to them. They ask for Sharia state. The northern states are Sharia. What the Boko Haram is fighting for is an entire separate Islamic state. That is what they want. That is why you see Boko Haram fighting today. Entire separate Islamic state. They don't want anything to do with you. That is why they are fighting in the north. If they were fighting for Nigeria to be Islamized, for everybody to become Islam, for including the South, what made you to think that the zoo have not already done that for them? That the federal government cannot deliver that kind of thing for them? They won't be fighting in the north anymore. But I want you to know that their own blueprint is different. IPOB have a different blueprint. When they asked Boko Haram leader to come to the east, to invade the east, he said he's not doing anything in the east, that their war is with the north, and they want to maintain the north only. That was the problem they had with Boko Haram, with Buhari, that made Buhari to create ISIS in West Africa. Look, my people, what we have to understand is that anybody who comes on social media to blame anybody, we are all in a failure. Okay, let me tell you now. Let us reason differently now. We are all in a failure. Nnamdi Kanu is arrested. He's my leader. He's your leader. And I was not able to free him. You were not able to free him. It will be so foolish of you to blame me. Let us focus our anger and our fight to the zoo, because we have stopped fighting the zoo and they are gaining upper hand. Did you see what happened today? It means yesterday. It means that the Boko Haram government, which is Muhammad Buhari government, have seen now that all they need to do is to create that confusion on social media. Then they will begin. That thing only happened that on the 26th of June, when they rendition Nnamdi Kanu to the zoo, when we didn't know. But now that we are fighting ourselves, they have started treating Maz. It is reflecting on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. All these things that you are doing on social media, all that talk, you come to blackmail your comrade. You tell people that this person is corrupt, that he has eaten money, that is, but without evidence, show us evidence of what you're saying. They can never have it. But because they have an issue with the person, they will character assassinate the person. Now, the whole thing that you are doing on social media is reflecting in the court case. They were able to lock out our lawyers from Nnamdi Kanu in a court sitting because they know that you are already confused on social media, and they know that doing that will also give them more upper hand for you to criticize and get divided the more. You have given the zoo a strategy of how to hold Nnamdi Kanu. So anybody that is blaming the DOS now should be your enemy, because they have nothing to offer. They have not freed Nnamdi Kanu. They pretend, oh yes, they pretend that they want Nnamdi Kanu freed. Why is it that they have not been able to free Nnamdi Kanu? They themselves that want the Nnamdi Kanu freed. Let them free Nnamdi Kanu, and then we will abandon the DOS and follow them. But they could not do it. Instead, they want to blame the DOS, even for the same thing that they themselves could not do. Think about this for a minute. You want Nnamdi Kanu out. You could not go to the court to go and besiege the court to pressure them to release Nnamdi Kanu, so that they will see that Nnamdi Kanu have men who are fearless. You could not live wherever you are comfort to come there to stay in the court. But you waited for the court. Once you heard what happened in the court, you came to social media. You started blaming your fellow comrade. It means that you have left your fight to fight another. And that is not how to win. That is the way, the shortest and the easiest way to defeat. Once you start fighting your comrades, you are leading yourself to defeat. Desist from attacking your leaders. If you say that the DOS are no longer leading you, step out of IPOB, go and do something. Leave IPOB alone. Go and create your own group. Go and do something on the ground. That is how to behave. You don't come on social media and begin to bash your leaders for the same reason, for something you yourself could not do. Then it becomes envy, jealousy, and greed, because your ambition is that their position, not to do anything different, not to change anything. Because David did not say, because I am not the prince, because I am a shepherd, and others are being treated with golden spoon, then therefore I cannot fight Goliath. Instead, Goliath took the fight from the what is it called, from the prince, and defeated defeated Goliath. And that elevated the status of David. David did not wait for them to elevate his status first before he could defeat Goliath. Instead, the defeat of Goliath took David very high. So please, my people, let us understand that when people come to tell you that how they are better, when you have not, their results should speak for them, not for them to put themselves up above other people who are doing something. The DOS you and I know have never been defeated in any battle since we started this struggle. There are some people who are not, who don't know what we are doing in IPOB are the ones who will come and tell you that they should step aside for them to do. Did David tell people to step aside first? David did not tell people to step aside. Instead, he took the battle. He took the battle. After winning the battle was when David became mighty and glorious. David did not become mighty and glorious before he went into battle. Please come home. Come back. If you are abroad, condemning the DOS, the battle is not abroad. Come back home. Let us go into the bush. When you lead us, Timothy Onwatuegu led us from the front, and he led us into victories, even though Biafra was later defeated. But he fought gallantly. Come and lead us into the battle, and we will see you as a glorious fighter. Don't be a social media superhero. Please, we don't need any more social media superheroes. We want people who are dedicated and determined to freedom. All those of them you see complaining today on social media, when we go into war and they see any of our territory fall into enemy's hand, they will still be the ones to blame us, because all they know is a positive result. They don't know what is called sacrifice. Because there is something you have to lose to gain something. And when we are embarking on this journey, many of them will start blaming us. When we do exactly that thing they are telling you now that we should do, many of them will blame us, because we will lose something in order to get something better, something bigger. When you want to go and get educated, you lose your time in the process. That is why many of you from 18 to this thing, from 1 year to 20 years, you spend it in school. That time you did not use it for anything else, because you sacrificed it to learn to become better. Even though you don't know that if it is that day you will graduate, that you will die. Many people have done it and they died. The day that they graduated was the day they died. Many people have faced such things, but you sacrificed all your time schooling. In the day of your this thing, you died on that particular date, because the education you are going to acquire, the school you are going to, is not what you are going to profit then. You were wasting that time because you want to profit in the future, and that future, you could not get to that future. Your dream was cut off. That is exactly how to reason. You sacrifice things to get. Don't, because we are losing now, you think that you lose focus of what we stand to gain in future for that what we are losing. And we know that staying at home is a sacrifice on your body. It is a burden, but we have to bear it. That is what is called mental toughness. And when you are mentally developed enough, you can sustain a war. You will know that in a war, there is a day that will come. You will be defeated. Your men, your people, your own soldiers will be defeated. You have to be mentally tough enough to bear it and also support them for the next move. But all of you that are talking nonsense on social media today, just because Nnamdi Kanu court case was postponed, if we go into war and our soldiers were defeated in a day, then you will make the remaining soldiers to lose their morale to go into battlefield the next day. That is what you are doing, what it can cost. Because if you want us to win, you would have told us what we have to do next to be able to win. Chukwudo, my brother, thank you. You have to be able to tell us what we have to do to win the next battle, because we are in a battlefield. Now is not the time for merriment. Now is not the time to blame your comrade. Your comrade is not the enemy. The enemy are those who are holding Nnamdi Kanu. Even if you believe that the people who are leading you have compromised, that they are holding Nnamdi Kanu, for Nigeria, allowing them to use their own court to hold Nnamdi Kanu, blame everything on the zoo. Blame everything on the zoo. Because you have to be superior in reasoning for them not to confuse you. You have to be superior in reasoning for you not to fall for war propaganda. And because this, what is going on social media today, is a war propaganda orchestrated by the Nigerian military and the Lai Mohammed. What you don't know now are those who the Nigerian government contacted in secret for them to be sowing discord, seed of discord, and be talking rubbish on social media. You don't know that, but you see that this person are serving the purpose of that Lai Mohammed said, but you can no longer interpret it into action. That is why when they tell you that S plus Y equals to Z, find O, you have not been able to use it, but it is what they use to build compact, to build aeroplane, to build everything they built in the world. But because you are a black man, you could not interpret it to be able to see it in reality. That was why Lai Mohammed told you last 2 weeks, that they are looking for people that have 10,000 followers and above on social media. And the Nigerian military, the same thing. And today, the same thing is that thing that he told you, they are playing it on social media. Your brain cannot tell you that these are the people that Lai Mohammed have paid to do this job. But you are a Biafran. When we talk, you say you are smart, you cannot deceive us. How are we deceiving you? By telling you that we want to get you freed. You turn around, you woke up, you started following us. All of a sudden, you say, we are deceiving you. Deceiving you by how? Because like Mohammed have paid some people to come on social media and tell you that this person is corrupt, this person have eaten money. Their target is to get you to stop contributing money to ESN. It doesn't matter who that person is. Anybody that tells you that any official, any IPOB leadership is corrupt, that person is the person that is corrupt, that wants you to stop contributing money to ESN. It doesn't matter their position. Listen, let me tell you. What you see is that these people, they reach agreement behind doors. What they talk on social media is not everything that there is, because you don't know if they have contact with these people and they talk in the secret. They come out, they create that confusion for you. Then you follow that, end, that particular thing that they told you. Then you lose your focus. That means their job, the thing that they collected money for, is yielding fruit. And even itself, the next time they can increase their salary, because their job is well done. Let me tell you, my people, if they tell that the DOS is doing this, the DOS are not getting it right, they are getting blah 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 blah. Ask them, where is the evidence? How come that you that is getting it right, Nnamdi Kanu, is not working directly with you, but those people who you are telling us that are not getting it right are working directly with Nnamdi Kanu? The Nnamdi Kanu you saw today, do you think that those who are leading you, you saw yesterday, I mean to say, in the court when he was, vibrating, do you think that those who are leading you can be corrupt and he will not be able to sack someone? Those he wanted sacked, didn't you see them sacked? Didn't you see them get sacked? I'm asking you, expelled, suspended, relieved duty. Have you not seen them? But my brothers, let us understand that when they pay these guys, they can never ever come on social media to tell you that they were paid. Instead, they will do that job in order to deliver. Their deliverance, for their job to be successful, you have to be confused. For their job to be successful, you have to condemn the DOS. But you don't know it because you are not mentally developed, mentally tough enough to understand, to reason above the tactics of your enemies. What is going on social media today is the tactics of our enemies. That is why I ask you, how can we free Nnamdi Kanu? How do we get to free Nnamdi Kanu? You that is bashing those who have not been able to free Nnamdi Kanu. How do we get him freed? And again, were you in court yesterday? Were you in court yesterday to witness the court sitting of Nnamdi Kanu's case? Were you there? If you were not there, you have no moral right to condemn anybody. Because you were living, you had the opportunity to come from any part of the world. If someone from the United States of America can be in zoo court yesterday to witness Nnamdi Kanu's court case, you have no excuse whatsoever from wherever part of the world you are to come to witness Nnamdi Kanu's court case. If actually indeed you want Nnamdi Kanu freed. Let people not confuse us. Let people not use our brain. Let people not make us to fight against what we believe in without us knowing it. And all they have to do is they tell you that they want to be Biafra. They don't want you to follow the path that will lead you to victory. Instead, they will turn you against the path that will lead you to victory. Let me ask you, those people who are blaming the DOS on social media today, do they have the structure to deliver Biafra to you in your simple, honest truth? The IPOB that have lobby firm across all the world, across all the parts of the continent that we need to have presence. We have lobby firms that will pay a lot of money. The person that is telling you that IPOB is not getting it right, do you think that their own structure, that they have any structure that is superior to IPOB structure that can deliver Biafra to you? If you know that they don't have it, please, anything they say is mere talking, is social media noise making. Now is no longer time for noise making. Now it's time for action. And anybody who has not been able to swing into action to go and get us what we want, please don't get deceived by the person. Don't listen to the person's lies. They may appear as a woman, They may appear as a man or as a boy, but you don't know the deals they made in the secret. Betrayal, someone can be pure in the morning and be tempted in the evening. Don't trust anybody. The only people you are to trust are those who are in the corridors of leadership of IPOB. Because why? If they derail, there is another person that will not be corrupted at the same time. How come it is so easy for you to believe in one person that can be just one phone call and the person will be compromised? But they will not tell you, they will come and be talking the same thing. But those who are in groups, that if one person is tempted, they will be able to fish out the person and suspend the person because they can never agree together to sell the struggle. That is why they have over 30 men in that DOS. All of them cannot agree at the same time to sell the struggle. It is not possible. So when you have this type of mindset, if a group of people that are over 30, a group of men of calibers can be sold, if you can believe that they can be sold, how then do you believe that one person that is talking on social media cannot be bought over? That is the folly in your reasoning. That is the folly in your mentality when you believe that you have the right to insult those leading you. I'm not saying that you cannot tell them how to get it right, but tell them there is Radio Biafra. That is the only source of information we have in this movement. Radio Biafra is IPOB radio. That is why we disseminate information of IPOB that we want you to hear as the public, as the followers, as the supporters of IPOB. The only place you have to go to is that radio, not on social media. Because if you stay on social media to get your information, it means that you are telling the zoo that the only strategy they need to destabilize what we are doing is to buy over some people on social media and their job is done. And you are helping them to get that job done. Look, let me tell you, my people, we are in this fight to get Biafra. But we are not going to get Biafra with emotion. Remember what Nnamdi Kanu said. He said that our enemy can do all they like, but they cannot be the ones to dictate for us where, when, and how to fight them. Because when they invaded our land now, it's for you to react. They have come prepared in our land now. Then when you react, they will defeat you because they are prepared. But if we allow them to do that and then we take them on away, we will win. That is how to fight and win. It is a strategy. But you cannot be able to comprehend it because you want your emotions to override your sense of reason and then lead you to self-destruct. Because that is the only reason why Nnamdi Kanu told you that you must not go into battle with anger. You don't go into fight with anger. Otherwise, that your anger will override your sense of reasoning. Then you will fail. But you see how Biafrans fight. We watch you. You make your move, make your move, make your move. We monitor you, we study you. And then when we hit you, there is no way you will escape. I keep teaching you IPOB method and IPOB ideology of how we operate, how we are able to pulverize our enemies, how we defeat them always. Please, my people, we must realize that now is not the time to insult and accuse each other on social media. Otherwise, the zoo is winning. Anybody that is accusing anybody at this moment, the person is working for the zoo. Whoever it is that you are accusing, and you accuse someone, accusing anybody is a strategy for the zoo. After all, the women in the United States have given the zoo a strategy. What is the strategy that the women in USA gave? They blackmailed the lawyers of IPOB, that they are the ones that made that US lawyer not to see Nnamdi Kanu, so that their lies will be kept secret. Do you know what happened? The lawyers of IPOB went to the court, and because they could not bring that man, that Bruce Fan, into the court, they staged a walkout protest, and then Nnamdi Kanu was tried in secret and the case adjourned. That was the strategy that the zoo used. And today, we have this particular outcome. We have to understand that in this freedom fighting, we must be reasonable. We must be reasonable at all times, because our reasoning is what we are going to use to defeat these people. They have money. You don't have money. What you have is sense and reason. That is your only weapon. If you lose your sense of reasoning, then you are a nobody, because they will buy everything buyable. Let me tell you, I repeat, as an ordinary Biafran, Your only weapon is your sense of reasoning. You don't have money compared to what the zoo have. So your only weapon is your sense of reasoning. If you also lose that your sense, if the zoo get you to lose that your sense of reasoning, then they have defeated you. That was the reason why. Like Muhammad told you that these guys spend days, nights, morning on social media. They don't read newspapers. That they want people who have up to 10,000 followers on Facebook for them to be able to, to buy them over so that they will be able to fight for them against IPO, to fight IPOB on social media. And you see someone fighting the leadership of IPOB, your sense cannot tell you that this is Lai Mohammed money talking, not that person talking. Because that was the lead that Lai Mohammed gave them. Maybe the person is competing not to get another contenders that will fight the DOS more than they do. So that is why they make the DOS their topic every blessed day on their platform. They talk against the DOS so that Lai Mohammed will see that they are doing their job. And then they are getting paid while you are getting confused for what they are telling you. I want you to understand that now is no longer the time for you to make yourself a social media superhero. Your mind is developed now. You know what exactly it is we want. What do we want? We want freedom. So what you have to do now is to use your brain to think out how we are going to get that freedom. Because like Muhammad have paid some people on social media for them to override your reasoning, for them to make you to lose that your sense of reasoning, to lose that your sense, that your thinking ability, that which is your only weapon. The only weapon you have is that you are reasoning, your ability to reason and think out how to defeat the zoo. Because the zoo have money, you don't. And then once they pay people on social media and they override that your reasoning, that your mentality, that your common sense, that will make you to lead us into that victory, that means the zoo have won. And you are on social media fighting those who are fighting for you. Who stops you from fighting for yourself? Because as long as I know, the DOS are fighting for you and also fighting for themselves. So if you say that they are no longer your leaders, then fight for yourself and stop blaming them. You are not in any position to blame anybody. And we know that many of you who are blaming people are PDP members, Abgas, people who are not even, who didn't even know that they wanted to be free, except what happened now. And then they want, all of a sudden, they turn to freedom fighters. You don't know that before we got to this level that we were refined by Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we are different. That is why when you go to every person's Facebook page, every IPOB member, the same person I come here to condemn, any IPOB member will come here and also we come on social media and also condemn the person because we were refined for this moment and we know the antics of our enemies, how they come. And when you show that, once you display that sign to any IPOB member, they will detect you. That is why when we talk, we are not mocking you for not being an IPOB member, but we want you to learn from the right source, not from people who are not IPOB members, not from people who are only sympathetic to our cause. They are sympathetic, willing to pull out anytime things get tough. But IPOB members are not willing to pull out. When it gets tough, it is for us to get it right, and it will become smooth again. Listen, when you are a lorry driver, you get to a road where that is very bad. You know that you have to change your gear and it must also become tough for you to drive past that particular bad road and get to the right road. If you fail to drive past that road, it means that you are not determined and you will not get your job done. That is what IPOB is doing now. That we are facing this challenge does not mean that you should follow supporters who can give up when we face challenge and they come back when we win. Once we cross this particular challenge now that we are facing with in IPOB, you will see them coming back again because what they are result-based supporters of IPOB. I told you that their support is seasonal. They are seasonal, but we in IPOB are seasoned. Go and check the meaning of seasoned and seasonal. When you find out the meaning and you compare the difference, you will understand that seasonal means as Soludo have won now, you will see some people that will come from IPOB to begin to support Soludo and hail him as a governor. It happens. It is called seasonal supporter. They were never ideologically inclined. But seasoned is someone like me that is ideologically inclined. Go and check all this while. Even though I feel that Soludo is a human being, but because I know that politician in zoo, politicians in the zoo are animals. Not what they are now as an ordinary person is not what they become when they climb into power. That is why I can never ever jubilate for the destiny of Soludo. Soludo can tomorrow turn out to join APC, but he won with Apgar. There is no law that limits him from what is it called, the campaign from Apgar that he used to win to APC that you hated most. That is something that the common sense that many of you don't have in the zoo. And that is why we despise the zoo politicians, because they are animals in cheap clothing. If you see an angel in the zoo that participates for an election, know that the person is a demon. He's not coming to make any difference. Look, let me tell you people, this mentality is what we is because we know these things. That is what makes us to stay in our stand. That is why we maintain consistency and resilient. We remain consistent because we know that there is no other way. We are not a push around. IPOB is not a pushover. That is why so many people, they don't understand what we are doing, but they want freedom. And I told you in the past that it is a different thing for you to want something and a different thing to know how to get that thing you want. All of us want money. We want freedom. Have we gotten the freedom? The answer is no. Why? Because we don't know how to go about in getting our freedom. And the people who have run out the blueprint of how to get you the freedom, you are cajoling them. It is only because you are not a member of IPOB. Every member of IPOB knows that the structure of IPOB, there is no Jupiter. Even if we are in the United States of America, we will get our freedom. Even if they come to us with battle, with war, we will still defeat them and get our freedom. Because from the structure of IPOB, you will see that there can never be any defeat in this freedom fighting. There can never be any defeat in this battle that we are in. From the structure that the IPOB have laid on ground, my brother, there has never been any freedom fighting structure like that in Africa, in the whole world. Why did I say the whole world? Okay. How many freedom fighters of the world did you hear that they have presence in over 140 countries and they protest, their indigenous are in that country, not even the Jews. Not even the Jews. And you see such a group of people, you think that they cannot win. That is a failure. That your brain alone it is the only thing that is a failure there, not the people that are fighting for you. And I want you to know, my people, if we win, you that is abusing the DOS, fighting your leaders, fighting the leadership of IPOB, nobody stops you from creating your group and doing it better for IPOB to take example from you. Stop making it look like a Freedom Biafra Recession project is only limited to IPOB. If IPOB is not getting it out, is not getting it right, pull out, create your own group and get it right, so that set the pace, so that take the lead, so that IPOB can follow. If you are doing better, you see IPOB lose her followers overnight. But don't come on social media to begin to bash IPOB leadership if you don't have something superior on ground. After all, all of you were listening to Nnamdi Kanu when they told him, we are going to get his restructure. Nnamdi Kanu said, no, I am holding Biafra in my hand. Bring restructure and I will hold both of them in my hand. Then I will choose the one I'm going to drop. I cannot drop the one I'm holding without you giving me something to hold in hand. That is how a reasonable man behaves. And when you are supporting somebody sheepishly, it means that all the zoo need to do is to plant for you someone for you to support. They will trumpet the person. You support the person. You don't know that when you're supporting the person, you are supporting the zoo indirectly. It's a takia. It is called takia. When you follow that particular place, then you are finished. It is like when you want to set a trap for in the village, because I grew up in the village, so I know what I'm talking about. When you want to set a trap, what do? You close every other road that an animal can come from, but you open up a particular hole. And when that animal see that hole, it will be very, very happy that he has seen a hole. Once he enters that hole, it is a trap, and it will be caught. That is exactly what the zoo have done for you. They will direct you on the road to follow. Don't follow that one. Follow the one that you know, that you started with. Don't come all along the line. All this while we have been following a different. We came with another people were telling us where to go, how to go along the line. Someone have been implanted, and then they want to make you to follow that person. Can't you see that you don't have brain? Because that one is a trap for you. If they want the same thing that you want, let them come home. Let them come and get it better, so that we can be able to follow them. But when we come, we tell you how to resist our enemies, the antics of our enemies. You will not like to hear that one, because you want that war propaganda to defeat your ambition and to defeat that thing you are looking for, which is Biafra. I tell you that when this war starts, the only people that can be able to sustain this war will be the IPOB members. Those who are in IPOB, because we are already mentally tough enough to sustain a war. But you, on social media, looking for where to scavenge and get information. When there is a positive information for IPOB, you support. When there is a negative information about IPOB, you stand against. You are the one that will condemn us when we start doing what we have to do. But then the condemnation cannot do anything. It will be not. What we have done in IPOB is that we have the only option you have now is to support IPOB, and all of you can see it. All of a sudden, those who are accusing IPOB, blaming us. What made you to think that? But all this while you thought that when we call for a sit at home, all these people will come and disrupt our sit at home. But today we call for a sit at home. They could not come out to disrupt it, because we were able to circle them up to the point that their own objection does no longer matter. It does no longer hold water. That would then that when he's talking on social media, people will be sharing him up. Even Igbo people. Where are they today? That Ucheme followers, where are they? What is his name? Wazurike followers, where are they? When we call for a sit at home, it's because we were able to circle them up to the point that their opinion does not matter when we do what we are going to do. So, when that war starts, your opinion will no longer matter. That is what IPOB have been able to do. And that is how we fight. When someone comes on social media and begin to make you to live a life in a movie, to use their mouth to go into battle and win the battle and come back home, and you are celebrating the person, it means you are stupid, because you need a war to be fought. Let that person come home and win that battle for you in reality, so that you can praise the person. That is how a reasonable person behaves. All this while that Boko Haram have been fighting war, how many people do they have on social media to use their mouth to win the war for them on social media? How many? I want us to use our common sense and understand that this time we are in now is not a time for us to fight one another. It is time for us to give our leaders support, maximum support, that they can be able to get us what we want. Because the same freedom that they are fighting for, you also need that freedom. And if you don't believe that they should lead you, then step out from your own group with the people that of your like minds. Go and do something tangible geared towards our freedom. We will not condemn you, so long as you stick to the rules of engagement. But if you cannot do that, keep your mouth shut and support those that will liberate you. Otherwise, what you are doing is to fight against your own liberation indirectly without you knowing it. All this while you have been complaining, talking on social media. Has it been able to give us a result, a different result? Has it given us a win? The answer is no. So what is the point of you coming on social media to be complaining? You can see that that complaint is not working. It's not going to solve the problem. So what you have to do is to keep your mouth shut and then swing into action. It doesn't matter what you say on social media. Only thing you can do on social media is to give our enemies a lead of how to fight us. That's what many of you are doing on social media. And I am here to make sure yes, my brother, you can see what is going on. Let me tell you, my brother, what we are doing on social media is to talk and let our people know what we are doing. It doesn't matter what anybody do. Please, I am not sure what you have just said. After all, Biafra, our radio station is being compromised across the Biafran states because the state actors, what they are doing is that they are swinging into action to make sure that they cut off the means of information to our people in our land because they have seen that they are listening to us. So don't blame anybody. This one you said now, I don't know how true it is. I don't also believe it, my brother. I wholeheartedly and sincerely wish to tell you that I don't believe what you just said now. Okonkwo Jacob, I don't believe it because I am not sure. I don't have any reason to believe it because that person you mentioned, he also believed, I believe he also wants freedom. And besides, even if he is fighting against what we are doing, we also have some other states in Biafra land that does not have Radio Biafra. In fact, the Radio Biafra is come today, come tomorrow, come today, come tomorrow, especially Abia State. So you cannot blame that one on him. We are fighting our state actors. They are the ones that are sabotaging it because they know that it is through that radio that you get information of what we are doing and what we are going to do next. So please, don't blackmail anybody because you hate them or because the person did not do anything right. But I want you to know that in this fight, blaming one another is not the option. What we have to do is to find a solution. If you think that that radio in Ebonyi State has been sabotaged, please tell us where can we put it and it will be safe, it will not be sabotaged. Find a solution. I want our people to base their brain and their thinking on solution. Let us be solution solvers, not problem creators. What they are doing on social media today is to compound our problems. All those of them who are coming on social media to blame the leadership of this movement, they are compounding our problems. Let them give us a solution, not to compound our problem. And it is a task that all of you who are listening, who are watching, you cannot talk, but you are watching. It is your duty to call anybody that is talking nonsense on social media. Tell him to give you a solution. That is your duty. But if you are listening to them, keeping quiet or sharing them up, it means that your own brain is being bought over. That the money that Lai Muhammad paid to that person to be talking rubbish to you, it means that you are serving that purpose and the person is winning. But if you make that money to be useless by countering that person and tell the person that he should give you a particular reason why, that he should tell you what is going on and then what we should do next, then you have a chance. You stand a chance because you as a watcher is their power. If they turn on their live video and nobody is watching them, they will run inside immediately. But when you are watching them, that is your opinion poll. You then have opinion to tell them, please, you tell us that these people have failed. Okay, lead us, tell us what can we do to win? Because all of you want to win. All of you listening to them want to win. Try to confirm from Ebonyi, which a particular Ebonyi person can I confirm it from? Which particular Ebonyi person can I confirm it from? Please tell me. It doesn't matter what anybody does. Biafra is a spirit. Anybody that sabotages Biafra because of what him or she did with anybody is not. The person will meet their Waterloo one way or the other. They will meet their end. It doesn't matter what they do. Who is the person from Ebonyi State that complain about such? Who is the person? Tell me. Is it Odinkemma? Is it that guy that accuses people indiscriminately? Because you see that when some people thrive on gossips, then they become confused. Because our people are always attracted to gossips and they are thirst for gossip. Is what is killing all of them on social media. What? Ugonaya, what do you mean by that? When you say that someone is doing something bad, please don't blackmail people. That is why when you listen to my program, you know that everything I tell you based on what I know, not what I don't know. When you come here and write this type of a thing now, I will not believe it until I have a cogent reason, because I don't believe he can do it. Even if he did it, don't blame him. He has already sabotaged it. The job they did is already done. Tell us what we can do to get it working. After all, it is not only in Ebonyi State that our radio is down. Our radio is down across in some other part of Biafra land. So I don't believe that one. When I want to talk to you, my people, I tell you what we have to do. I tell you my concern, what my observations are, and what we should do, how we should go about this. I am always solution-based broadcaster. That is what I am. The solution now is, I asked you, how can we free Nnamdi Kanu? Let us think along that line. Then, how to get yourself to stop being confused is by blocking those who are talking nonsense on social media. Anybody that comes on social media to condemn the DOS or to condemn what we are doing in IPOB, please block the person. If your intentions are genuine on how to get Biafra, on getting Biafra restoration project, or getting Biafra restored, stop listening to the wrong messages, because those people who are bashing the DOS are doing exactly that work that Lai Mohammed spoke about last time. Whether they collected money or not, they are serving the purpose of Lai Mohammed. And once you begin to listen to them, you are giving the zoo a time to hold Nnamdi Kanu and begin to even triple what they did yesterday in the court. They never did what they did yesterday in the court. Since these people never started, these people didn't lie and blackmail the leadership of IPOB. But they have lied and blackmailed the leadership of IPOB. So now they are toying with Nnamdi Kanu. That is a tip of an iceberg. If you love Nnamdi Kanu, you will not allow anybody to confuse you and dissuade you from listening to the right message. Because the purpose of those on social media talking against the leadership of IPOB is to get Nnamdi Kanu to stand alone so that they can be able to ridicule him. But if you have common sense, you will not fall for that. And thank you so much. Thank you, Gunnar. So if you don't have brain to understand that when they get you to hate the DOS, Nnamdi Kanu is standing alone, and then they will be able to do anything to him, then you are a foolish man. Because the person that is telling you to disregard Nnamdi Kanu does not have power to command IPOB. And who are going to get Nnamdi Kanu out? It is IPOB. Forget about this thing that the political elites are doing. What they are doing is because IPOB is doing something. When they get you to destroy the leadership of IPOB, then Nnamdi Kanu is alone. Please, my people. Anybody that is telling you that the DOS that person is an enemy of Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu is the DOS and the DOS is Nnamdi Kanu. That person cannot tell you that he hates Nnamdi Kanu, because if he comes out that way, it will be so raw and you will know them as an enemy. Are you telling me that all the zoo need to do is to hide their hatred under, oh, we love you, we want you, we must stand together, unity, but they are killing you? Is that what you're telling me? That all they need to do to get you confused and do with Nnamdi Kanu as the police is to install somebody that will tell you that they hate the DOS, but at the same time they love Nnamdi Kanu. When you know that it is Nnamdi Kanu that gives order of what the DOS does, use your common sense before Lai Mohammed will defeat you. Because here in number